Right, should we get started? Um, so hello, everyone.
Hi.
This is Amala.
Mahadevan.
And as many of you know, we are the faculty deans of Mather House. And we are here especially to welcome you, many of you back to Mather, and welcome our new sophomores. So typically at this time of year, we would have an all-house meeting in our courtyard, but during these unusual times, we wanted to still have such a meeting to introduce you to what we think of as Mather House and what this house will be for you in the coming year. So as faculty deans, our role is to set the overall tone in the house. And our goals are simple. We want to make this a vibrant community that provides for your intellectual, social, cultural, and personal pursuits. This means that at Mather, we want to foster the growth of who you are as an individual, allowing your inner self to grow while providing an outer world or an environment that nurtures your inner world. This year, we need to rise to the challenge of making Mather even more supportive and resilient. These are difficult times when it's easy to become isolated, but wherever you are, we think of you as part of Mather. So along with our resident tutors and staff, from whom you will be hearing shortly, we would like to support you, provide resources, listen, and make things better for you. We like to think of Mather as a network, where each one of us is a node. And even though we might be physically more distant from each other at this time, the connections in that network can still be strong and continue to strengthen. So thanks to the technology and communication we have today, we urge you to develop those relationships and strengthen that network, which is Mather. And Mather is here for you. We will continue many or most of our programs in a way that you can access them wherever you are. We would also like to solicit your ideas for ways to bring the community together, since it is each one of you that makes Mather what it is. And we value what each one of you brings to Mather. So our tutors will be reaching out to you to check in, and please stay in touch and ask for support when you need it. Our writing table, our peace at night, our fellowships team, our pre-med team, our race relations teams will continue online. And in addition, we'll offer a number of activities, some of which we hope that you will suggest for bringing all of you together. You must be wondering what it's like at Mather if you're not here currently. We have about 90 students residing in the house right now. About 45 are upperclassmen who are residing in the tower, and about 45 are freshmen in the low rise. The residential community is adhering to community standards and testing, but we are thrilled to have a little bit of chatter back in the courtyard after a very quiet few months. We have a newly renovated library, which looks beautiful, but its opening is on hold until the university permits us to open such spaces. So we'd like to say that our foremost concern this semester is your health and well-being, both your mental and your physical health, and we are ready to offer more support, so please ask for it. In terms of our mental health initiative, we have added a program on mindfulness this year, and we hope that you'll take advantage of that. We'd also like to bring in activities for your physical well-being, and so please reach out to our tutors and let us know what you'd like as we start to offer these programs. We would like that you be safe and take inspiration from positive examples around the country and elsewhere during these difficult times. And we all have a collective responsibility towards the common good of bringing us all back together, hopefully here very soon. With that, I'd like to pass it on to Mahadevan to say a few things.
So I just want to continue the theme that Amala talked about in the context of not only thinking about the inside world, but also the outside world. And just as this COVID pandemic has exacerbated inequality and suffering everywhere in the world, there has been another crisis, a societal crisis that has been long in the making and demands urgent attention now, stemming from the awful legacy of slavery and racism that persists in so many forms, including police brutality, systemic racism on many scales, and deep inequalities, along with their symbols that still surround us. In resonance with the call for racial and social justice ringing around the world, there are things that we can, we need to, and we must do now at Mather. First, we must educate ourselves and value the diversity to create an inclusive community that celebrates and learns from each other, no matter who you are and where you come from. We can and we must all be allies in making our home and our community a better one. I really mean a whole one. Secondly, we must offer support to increase the sense of inclusion and belonging. With this in mind, we have an expanded race relations team of tutors to make equity, diversity, and inclusion an integral part of the house, and to recognize and support Black students and students of color to enable them to flourish in all ways at Mather and beyond. Third, we must address the structural and systemic issues that are not consistent with our house values. Over the summer, we joined student-initiated conversations that raised concerns about living in a community named after Increase Mather, an early president of Harvard who was also a slave owner. A student group is currently working with the university administration to learn more about the processes associated with reconsidering names and symbols at Harvard. While this is in progress, for as long as our name is Mather House, we will use that name as a reminder of the many ways historic injustices have contributed to our present realities, even as we strive to be more equitable and inclusive. The road towards racial and social justice is not short, but there is direction, there is momentum, and we want to build on it with your help. This is your house, your university, and your world, and we hope that you will engage with us in this endeavor. Thankfully, we're not alone inside Mather as well. We have an amazing staff and set of tutors and resident scholars to help us. You will be hearing from them next, starting with Luke Liefgren, our Alston Burr resident dean.
Hello, Mather. My name is Luke Liefgren. I'm the resident dean of Mather House, and I use the he, him, his pronouns. In addition to supporting the work of Amla and Maha to make Mather House a happy, healthy, and inclusive place for you to live and learn, my primary role as your academic and residential dean is to support your progress towards graduation and help you get the most out of Harvard as you identify opportunities and deal with the challenges that can arise at this exciting, but often difficult time of life. I work with individual students to provide academic advice, to offer support and guidance during times of difficulty or uncertainty related to academic, personal, residential, or health-related issues, and to serve as a bridge between you and other resources and services throughout the university. Mather is a good house, and Harvard is an amazing place, but life doesn't always feel like that. And I hope you'll reach out to me if you are facing a difficulty or are concerned about a friend. Since we can't share a meal together in the D Hall this semester, I'm also happy to set up a Zoom call just to talk about how things are going and what feels meaningful in your lives these days. I look forward to hearing how you are learning and growing as students and as people, even during this remote semester. Next, I'll turn it over to Shania, Mather's academic coordinator, who works with me in the resident dean's office.
Hello, everyone. My name is Shania Carter. I'm the academic coordinator for Mather. I work closely with Luke to help provide academic and personal support through administrative responsibilities such as petitioning the board and also being a resource in the house. Along with supporting Luke in managing the house office, I assist you with enrollment-related processes such as submitting academic forms and tracking your progress to graduation. Please feel free to contact me if you have any questions, because I often work closely with the registrar's office as well. Luke mentioned being a bridge to the university as a whole. The support that you receive from our office extends beyond your time here at Mather. One of the support services is by way of the recommendation dossier. You may have a recommendation saved in your student file to be submitted for graduate school, medical school, fellowships, or any programs that you wish to apply for while you're at Mather or even after you graduate. We keep your recommendation on file indefinitely and submit any recommendations that you have upon your requests to our office. If you have any questions about this, please feel free again to contact me. This information is also available on the Mather website. I look forward to meeting all of you and wish you the best this school year. And now the resident tutors will introduce themselves, starting with An.
Hello, everyone. My name is An. I grew up in Southern California, and I am a G3 at GSAS studying religion and statecraft. And I am a fourth-year tutor here at Mather, and I am the senior tutor. I'm also part of the EDI team. I'm also a part of the BGTLQ Plus team. And I'm here to support you and to support Mather in any capacity that I can. And the thing that I look forward to the most is whether you're remote or on campus, I want to make your most wildest dreams come true. And so I will pass it on to Morgan.
Hey everybody, I'm Morgan. I use the she series pronouns. I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana, and my academic field is law. I graduated from the law school a couple of years ago and now teach negotiation over at HLS. My advising focus is, well, I'm one of the writing table tutors along with the incredible Becca Tweedy, and I'm also the sleep tutor. And one Mather program that I hope to participate in this year is to help out with Nina's mindfulness, or at least attend Nina's mindfulness programs. So next up we have David.
Thank you, Morgan. I'm David, or David. My pronouns are he, him. I'm from a tiny little town in Austria. I just graduated from the political science department at Harvard, just got my PhD there. I now work in political analytics and data science. My tutor role is mostly internal communications and tech stuff, but externally, that's the website and our listservs, our email listservs. And I think that's it. Next up is Kalila.
Hi, I'm Kalila. My pronouns are she, her. I'm originally from Seattle, Washington. My academic focus is public administration and policy, but currently I work at an economics research center at MIT. My tutor role is the lead of the Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion team, and I'm looking forward to being involved in the Blathering program this year at Mather. Oh, next up is Alex.
Hi, everyone. I'm Alex. I use the he, him, his pronouns. I grew up in Chicago. I was a Harvard undergrad in applied math. Now I'm a PhD student in integrative biology. I'm one of your fellowship tutors in the house. I also help run the weekly problem set nights that we'll be doing virtually on Thursdays. And I'm looking forward to talking to you this year about fellowships, STEM, BGLTQ+, graduate school applications. And next, I'll turn it over to Antonio. Antonio, just unmute.
Sorry, I was muted. Hi, everyone. My name is Antonio, and I use the pronouns he, him, his. I grew up in Pompeii, Italy, which you might have heard about. And I am a PhD student in economics at the university, and I'm also a graduate of Harvard College 2016 Applied Math. My advising focuses in the house are economics. I'm also one of the fellowship tutors, and I organize together with Alex our weekly problems at night. So I very much hope that I will get to see and meet many of you in many different contexts, but I do very much encourage you also to attend the weekly problems at night, which we're going to hold every Thursday night. And next up is Rebecca.
Hi, everyone. I'm Becca. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm a new tutor in Mather this year. I'm from a suburb of Boston, and I graduated from Harvard in 2014. And then I worked with the Fulbright Malaysia program for 4 years and then came back to school. So now I'm a joint JD and Div, doing my first year at the Divinity School this semester, which I'm very excited about. And this year I will also be working on fellowships. And as Morgan said, I'm the other writing table tutor. So we're excited to get writing table up and running. on Sunday nights this semester, and hopefully like provide some sort of productive space in these weird times. And one thing I'm excited to get involved in and help out with is HOCO things, which you will hear about later. And I will pass it on to Jack.
Sorry, I was muted. Happens every day. But good evening, everyone. My name is Jack, and I'm a second-year tutor from Seoul, Korea, and I use the he pronoun series. Currently, I'm a third-year student at Harvard Law School, and before coming to law school, I was a social studies major at Harvard as an undergrad and served in the Korean Air Force for 3 years. Along with Becca and Morgan, as a pre-law tutor, I'm happy to talk about any pre-law resources, talk through your application plans, or just talk generally about if law school would be a good fit for you. I'll be organizing info sessions via Zoom, so please be on the lookout for that. I'm also the music tutor, and in this role, I help put on music-related events like open mic. So if you're interested in collaborating and putting something together via Insta Live or TikTok or YouTube, whatever, or performing, please contact me as well. I'm also happy to talk about any issues related to of relevance to international students, including immigration and employment, if you're interested. And now I'll popcorn over to Harshal.
Hi, everyone. My name is Harshal. I'm a fourth year here, and I'm a fifth year PhD student in astronomy. I am from Ahmedabad. It's a city in India. I'm also one of the 2 IM tutors this year, along with Leah. I also do tutor hiring with On and help out with the fellowships team. The one thing I'm looking forward to this year is helping Mather win the Strauss Cup for the 3rd year in a row. So Mather IMs are still on, and you'll be hearing more about it from our Mather IM rep, Phil Nickel, and me and Leah over the coming day or a week or so. I'll turn it over to Leah.
Hi, everyone. My name is Leah. I'm a 5th year sociology doctoral student. I take the She series, and I'm currently a 4th year tutor here at Mather House. You can find me on the tower on the 16th floor if you're here, but actually don't come find me because of COVID. But I am the non-res liaison. And that essentially just means that for all of our non-resident tutors, you can come to me if you're looking for a resource you can't find among the resident tutors, but also I help hire them and create a team that can be useful for you finding tools. I'm also on the IM team with Harshal. I'm really excited for that. And you can also find me on the EDI team with Kalila and part of the Blathering. Now I'll pass it off to Chloe.
Hello, Mather. All right, I think I'm visible. Great, sorry about that. It's so nice to see you all, even though we can't be together. I'm Chloe Lee, and I am a 3rd year tutor here at Mather House. I grew up in Toronto, Canada, and I'm in my last year of medical school, so I'm applying a residency right now. And I am one part of your pre-med team here at Mather. So the pre-med team at Mather is not just about helping you get through medical school applications and really getting into medical school. We're also really passionate about helping you figure out, is medical school right for me? Exploring other healthcare related fields like public health or health policy, nurse practitioner, a physician assistant, dental school, any questions about healthcare related fields. We're really enthusiastic about helping you, explore everything there is to explore about healthcare. We are also fortunate to have Renaud Rafi, who can't be here tonight, but is another member of our pre-med team. Renaud and I both graduated from the college in 2016, unsurprisingly in biology majors, and are both now in our 5th years of medical school. You will also have a chance to meet the rest of our wonderful pre-med team, Cassie Heitzman and Anis El-Torabi, who are resident scholars. And one thing I'm really excited about this semester is being part of Nina's wellness initiative. I've already started using the 10% Happier app, so thanks Nina for the referral code. Sorry, I'm gonna pass it on to Nina.
Thanks, Chloe. Good evening, everyone. My name is Nina, and I am originally from Durham, North Carolina. Moved here to go to grad school at Harvard Divinity School, where I graduated from in 2019. And my role at the house is wellness tutor. You've heard a couple people mention the mindfulness initiative that I'm working on this year, so very much hope to see you all for meditation practice and mindfulness skills and tools to take care of ourselves. So I do a lot around wellness at the house, not only mindfulness. I'm also the CARE tutor, which stands for Consent Advocacy and Relationships Education. So we'll do programming around gender, sexuality, healthy relationships. You can also come to me to talk about working in the nonprofit sector, youth development, and divinity school, and any BGLTQ related topics. And really excited this year for a lot of things that Mather. I think one is very excited for some of the, sorry, totally blanked. Yes, the writing table activities that are going to be going on this year. Just a range of different ways to focus together and get our work done online, even when we're not physically in the same place. So thanks so much. Passing it on to Harita.
Hi, I was muted for a second and very confused about it. Hi, I'm Harita. I take she and they pronouns, and I'm a new tutor here in Mather. I'm from a rural town in Texas called Longview, and I concentrated in South Asian studies during my undergrad, and I'm now doing a post-bac, and I'm very interested in public health and psychology. I am the community health lead this year, and I'll be working with Kate on arts and crafts, and I'm also a member of the Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion team. I'm also really excited to be organizing Coffee Bar this year, and I will pass it to Isaiah.
Hello, Matherites. My name is Isaiah, he/series pronouns. I'm also a brand new tutor, so joining also one of this year's sophomore class. I'm from Shoreham, small town in Vermont, and before moving here to Cambridge earlier this year, I lived in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia for the last 6 years. So I'm getting ready for my first real winter in a while. I work for a small real estate investment firm and love to nerd out on all things finance. I majored in public and international affairs with a focus on international development. My advising focus is on summer opportunities and career planning, and I am looking forward to help get student-initiated projects, aka your ideas for the virtual Mather community, funded and implemented this year. Next up is Kate.
Hi everybody, I'm Kate. I take the She series. I'm from Southern Maine. I'm a mechanical engineer. I've worked on medical devices and nanotech, and now I build soft robotic hands for deep sea exploration in a robotics lab here. I'm also a glassblowing instructor at MIT, and a climber, and a slow runner. It's my 4th year being the Maker of Things tutor, so Harita and I have some arts and crafts planned for you all. I also have a couple 3D printers in the house, and we'll be excited to get some of you into more makery type, small electronics projects. This will be my 3rd year as the senior thesis tutor. I'll also be writing my thesis with you. Thesisizers, look out for an email from me in the next week to connect. And then I'm also going to be joining the EDI team this year. And then taking us home is Sultan.
Hey everyone, I'm Sultan Bryce. My pronouns are he, him, his. It's good to see you all virtually, and just wanted to share a little bit about me. So my name's Sultan. I use the pronouns he, him, his. I grew up in rural North Carolina. I've been in Cambridge for the last 4 years with Nina. My academic field, I'm a 2nd-year MBA student at Harvard Business School, and I focus on pre-business advising. So I'm looking forward to chatting with any of you about the 2+2, or in general, if you're thinking about internships in consulting, banking, anything in the business field, obviously much more broad than that. Working really closely with Leah and the NRTs, of which we have many really amazing folks. Really excited about it. And in my past life, when Mather had a gym, I was the gym tutor. And so one program I'm excited to organize this year is to continue along the thread that Maha and Amala shared at the beginning, some virtual fitness events to think about how we might move mindfully, and also with Nina in her mindfulness programming this year. And then, you know, in general, as applications and timelines come around for 2+2 or for consulting events, look for programming from me and the NRTs around that as well. And then I think lastly, we'll turn it back over to our leadership team.
Hi, my name is John Hine. I'm your house administrator. I take the he, him, his series. I'm going to be introducing a few people who couldn't be with us tonight. First off are our faculty dean aides, Aaron and Laura. They work with me in putting together our events. When we have open houses, they're helping with some cooking, deciding on the menus, and they'll be coming up with some alternative things that we can do related to baking this year, in addition to assisting us with some of our virtual events. And back at Mather, we've got our wonderful staff on call 24/7. We've got Miguel Casillas, our building manager, Paul Gabadon, our dining hall manager, myself, our lovely, lovely custodians, Sophia, Mario, Raul, and Manny. Our security guards, Aaron and Joe, are still keeping us safe in nights and weekends. And the HUDS team is still working their culinary magic for everyone who is on campus. This year, we also have our wonderful resident scholars, be they living on the top of the tower or on the side of the low rise. We've got Keith and Terry Raffel, Anas El Tarabi and Cassie Peitzman, Catherine Shapiro, and new resident scholars who will be moving in December, Aurelio Nuno and Maria Aliaga. They, like the tutors, are part of our community and will be assisting in some of our programming efforts this year. And now I will turn it over to Nick, our HOCO chair, to tell you a little bit about our HOCO team.
Hi everyone, I'm Nick. I take he, him, his. I am one of Mather's co-chairs of our HOCO. So basically what HOCO does in the house is we run all of the student events and help coordinate a lot of like house community things. So this semester it's going to be a very different scenario, but we're really looking forward to launching some online and virtual ways for us to engage in house community and to meet all of the Matherites that we miss so dearly. So we're going to hopefully be having programming every other week. Normally we have a happy hour every other week on Friday nights. So this year we're looking to try to do some virtual events those nights that won't be happy hours, but will be hopefully fun and engaging and give you guys some ways to interact and meet new people, even though we're not on campus. Also, all of the members of HOCO are listed here. And if you have like any suggestions or feedback or want to get involved in the house community, please feel free to reach out to any of us. We're more than welcome. More than happy to talk to you about Mather. I'll pass it on to whoever's next.
Yeah, so this is Amala back to talk about some of the things that we'd like to plan for you this semester. And we'd really, really like to hear from all of you as to what you'd like to see the house offer. So here are some offerings that we had kind of are planning on. Art. So we used to have a pottery studio in Mather, and although we can't meet in person, our pottery instructor, Tiffany, is willing to work with you on art projects and would mail things out to you. You work on the art and she work on Zoom together, mail things back. Flamenco, our new resident scholar, Maria Aliaga, is a professional flamenco dancer and has very kindly offered to give flamenco lessons. So if there's any takers for that, you'll be hearing about all of these in separate emails. Please respond. Chamber music, our chamber music program is going to be offered online. You should be hearing soon from NAMA. Mindfulness, as I said, we're going to have a series of mindfulness programs, again, depending on what you want. So please respond to Nina. Mather conversation. So this is something that we're planning to do once a week in the evenings. Invite a guest and hear about what they do, maybe a faculty member, maybe a scholar or an expert. We'd love your suggestions and have a conversation with them, much like our faculty engagement dinners. We're trying to, I don't know whether the food will be virtual or, but certainly the conversations will be real. Student-initiated projects, as we said, we want to hear from you. So please send your ideas to Isaiah. We'll try to find a way, if they require a little bit of funding, we'll try to come up with a way to do things as long as they're inclusive. Fitness, Sultan is helping us come up with program for fitness. Again, tell us what you want, and cooking. Hopefully we can do some cooking shows together, maybe. All right, so with that, I think we'd like to wrap up. Make once again a very, very warm welcome from all of you. And we'd like to now invite our voting representatives to tell you a little bit about voting, which is one of the very important things that we have to do this semester. So thank you, everyone, and a big welcome again.
I'm actually going to turn it right over to Jana.
Hi, everyone. So my name is Jana. It's so nice to meet you all. I am a sophomore in Courier House studying government and Near Eastern languages and civilization. So I'm not going to see you all in Mather, but it's okay because I'm really excited to be here anyways to talk to you about voting. So as a lot of you probably know, we have an election coming up this September, or sorry, I just had the primaries in Massachusetts on September 1st. We have the actual general elections happening in November. And so honestly, you'd think that because we're at Harvard, which is a very big like civic engagement, we have a lot of motivation and action on campus, that Harvard would have a pretty high turnout for eligible voters. But actually that number is kind of abysmal because in 2016, I think our rate was only 25%. We managed to double it for 2018 to around 48.6%, but that's still really low considering the amount of students that are eligible on campus and that can turn out to vote. Even if you're ineligible, there are so many ways to engage and encourage your friends to come out to vote because regardless, these elections are going to impact all of us at some point as we live at Harvard, hopefully, and within the United States. So with that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen, but I'm going to drop a form in the chat. And what I'd ask for everyone to do is just pull up this form on their page. Essentially, it's a pledge to vote form. And what we really want to do with Harvard Votes Challenge, we're a nonpartisan organization under the Institute of Politics. And what our goal is to reach 100% voter turnout and 100% engagement. So what that means is regardless of your eligibility status, we still want to connect with you, talk to you about ways you can engage and encourage your friends to come out and vote, talk about ways that you can engage within like the local governments in your community. And then also just if you're eligible to vote, to make sure that you have a plan because there's a lot of different ways that voting is going to take place in different states, whether you're mailing in your ballot or you're going to be able to physically go in or vote early. So we want to kind of be as supportive as we possibly can through that process. So hopefully you've all had a minute to open that up and give me a second. If I could actually just share my screen. I don't know who's sharing right now. But sorry, I'm gonna stop your share for a second so I can open mine. Okay, there we go. So everyone should have this page up. And I'm gonna fill it out with you. It's honestly very simple. It takes not even a minute to go through like the different pages. So first thing you're gonna wanna do is put in your email. So that's my email. Please put in yours. If you have any questions while we're filling this out, just drop it in the chat. But also we just ask that you put in your college email so that way if we share any documents or anything, you can easily access them. We have a Get Out the Vote guide, things like that, that we'll be following up with you on. So if you want those resources, we'd ask that you put your Harvard email so that way we can send it to you. Awesome. So the next thing you're going to do is put your name. So I'm Jana and my last name is Ramadan. So that's my name. Drop your phone number in. And then whatever your living status is right now, whether you're on campus or not. So the reason we ask this is because if you're on campus and you request a mail-in ballot, we're trying to come up with this system where we can have like ballots sent, like ballot request forms, because most states you have to request your absentee ballot. We're trying to have a system where they can be like hand delivered to your dorm if you're staying on Mather or on campus in Mather. So I'm not living in campus though. So I'm gonna say no. Class of 2023, sophomore, residential affiliation. For you all, that would be Mather. For me, it is Courier. So we're putting Courier. And then here are the different plans of like how you could vote. So I'm going to show you what each of these looks like. So first, for all of my people that are ineligible to vote for whatever reason, or if you don't want to vote, it'll take you to this page. So really what this does is if you're younger than 18 and you are a US citizen, you're able to vote, then you can just pre-register. This link will take you to a place where you can see if you're eligible to pre-register online. Some states have rules where you have to pre-register in person. Some states don't have pre-registration. Whatever it is, this link will give you the information that you need to find out if you're eligible for that. If you're ineligible to vote, there's kind of two ways that you can get involved. One is we'd love to see you come and hang out with us at Harvard Votes Challenge. Again, we're nonpartisan. It doesn't really matter what your eligibility status is. We just want to really increase civic engagement and culture on campus. So feel free to come join us. I'm not biased at all, but I would say you should click yes on that. And then if you don't want to get engaged here, but you want to still be in contact with us and we can let you know more ways to get civically engaged, things like that, please feel free to just we'll contact you on your email, but you can add a note in here for us too. So that way we can know that and we can come and contact you and find out how we can get motivated and get some action going for the November elections and really just in general on campus. So now what we're going to go next is to anyone who is eligible but not living. If you're part of the Mather community but you're not living on campus right now, you are an eligible citizen to vote, but you're living overseas. This is the page that it will come to, so a citizen living abroad. Again, this link has a lot of really great information for how you can request your ballot and what that looks like. We really want to stress, if you're voting by mail and you're living abroad, request your ballot literally now, because just the way the postal system, depending on how this is going, you're abroad, this needs to go across water. So we really want to encourage you to request your ballot now, because you don't know how long it will take, and you have to think about the request, the application request, first of all, coming from you to your state, and then the ballot coming back to you, and then you then sending your ballot back to your state. So that's a lot of routes of paths, a lot of passageways, a lot of time. So we'd really encourage you to request now, but you have a little bit of leeway, but the earlier honestly doesn't hurt. So earlier is better right now. So if that is the case for you, just fill out that you've printed it out. If you haven't, click on this link. It'll show you how you can request your application. Voting residence, so telling what state you're in. And then if you want to get involved, the only option here is yes. I think that's a bug, but honestly, I'm not complaining. So come join us. And then next is for everyone who is living in the States and who is eligible. So this is a form. Really what you're going to want to do again is, oh wait, this is another ineligible one. Hold on. Here is the one if you're eligible to vote. Okay, so what you're going to do is put the state where you're registered to vote. So for me, that would be Massachusetts. Then the state where you currently are. I am also still in Massachusetts, but imagine I was let's say in Louisiana. And then this will give you all the information that you need. You can go on to IOP TurboVote to check that your registration is still valid. It'll take you to your state page. And then it'll walk you through, first of all, you want to check that you're registered. If you aren't registered, please register through TurboVote. It is trusted and it's through the IOP, so we've really made sure to vet this. And then also, if you can't send it online, so there are some states that you can't register online, or if you do, then you have to vote in person. I'm thinking of Tennessee right now. If anyone's from Tennessee, if you register online, you have to vote in person for the first time. So you might want to think about registering via a form, so that way you can absentee vote. Little things like that. All of the information you want will be here for your state. So really look at those little niche things. And then otherwise, if you're on campus and you need to get printing, click this one, so that way we can get the resources to you. And I know that Mather does have stamped envelopes available to you. So if you have an application, you want to send it, your house has the resources for you to do that, which is really great, taking down those disenfranchisement barriers, because a postal stamp could cost little and it's easier that it's provided for you. So big thank you and shout out to Mather for providing those. But yeah, so you fill this out based on your registration status and how you intend on voting. And then from there, it'll kind of walk you through the steps that you need to take. All the links are active. All of them will give you the information that you need. Do whatever works best for you. If you're voting in person, we really encourage you to vote early if that's an option for you. And whatever you do, just please be healthy in the way that you vote. And really, this is like a checklist. So treat it like a checklist. The form takes, honestly, 2 minutes, depending on your personal information. And if you want to get further involved, want to be a poll worker. But it's very easy to do. Voting, hopefully, will make a huge difference if we all turn out. And the goal is that we double Harvard's rate and reach 100%. So if we all do this, then we can reach that and we can make it. And it's honestly not that hard. We just have to work as a community. So huge thank you to Mather for giving us the time to share that today. Again, the link is in the chat if you want to fill it in after this. Hopefully you've gone through it and walked through it with me. It really doesn't take more than 5 minutes to fill out. So that's all we have for you guys today. But thank you
so much, Jana.
All right. So with that, thank you everyone for being here and look forward to seeing you. Thank you.